Hey, it's a new day and welcome back to my channel. It is a glorious fall day today and I'm feeling kind of like domestic today, and I'm feeling like doing some baking. It's fall after all, and I feel like there's just a short amount of time where I want pumpkin stuff, but I want it when I want it, you know? Also tonight we're having some couples over from our church for like a planning meeting type of thing. So I want to have like a little snack to serve and some coffee and things like that. Plus, as I was leaving this morning, I saw that my bar cart had gotten delivered today, which I was not planning on putting that in this video, and I probably should just create a whole different video for that, but I don't feel like waiting around. I want to put it together now. So that's what we're going to do. It might not be super aesthetic. I don't know. I'm going to collect things from around my home and see what I can do. Kind of like a fall inspired coffee bar. So I think that should be fun and maybe a little bit off the beaten path. I feel like so many people do it more like a winter theme. So yeah, that should be fun. Stick around for that. Also, I was chatting with some of you guys over on Instagram, and I thought we could talk a little bit today about overwhelm and just creating rest. And I'm maybe not the most qualified person to talk about that because I sometimes definitely feel overwhelmed and with a lack of rest, but I also feel like I'm very intentional. So maybe I can share some tips that I try to do in my life when I feel like things are maybe getting a little bit out of hand, or I'm just not loving my role as a mother or a homemaker. And yeah, maybe it'll just hit you right if you're having a little bit of a down day today or something. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun day. I'm excited to hang out with you all, and we're gonna start it off by hitting up the produce stand. I want to get another neck pumpkin. Every year I like to preserve my own pumpkin flesh for like baking and stuff in the coming year. So for our amazing glazed pumpkin loaf, I'm gonna need 2 cups of pumpkin. And as I said, I ran out of my freezer pumpkin, so I'm just gonna use some bought Libby's pumpkin. But since I'm in the kitchen already, I'm gonna just chop this up, put it on a baking dish with like a little bit of water in the bottom of it, and just pretty much basically roast it in the oven at 325 until it looks soft. And I'll just scrape it all out. You could puree it up and like have it nice and smooth. I often don't even do that. I often just pop it in the freezer the way it is. And then when I get it out to use it, I have to drain the water off and then decide, depending what I'm using it for, if I want to puree it up or not. You do what you want to do. Just, I would say, definitely store it in freezer quality bags, not just storage bags, you know, like the blue ones. But yeah, it's a very easy thing to do, and makes me feel like every year when I cut up a neck pumpkin, I don't know, I think of that Farmer Boy book, you know, Omanza Wilder. But yeah, let's get this thing diced. Save the pumpkin seeds and have my kids go through this and get them all out, because there's like 100 different ways you can season them. So good, and they're, you know, free. Don't throw them away. Yeah, I just dry them out in the oven, roast them, season them up. Oven, and I want to get started on my glazed pumpkin loaf. This is a recipe that my mom has used for years. I grew up with pumpkin bread, but how can you make it better? By putting a brown butter glaze across the top. You're gonna want to try this, guys. It's for special occasions. I'm actually gonna make 2 loaves, one for tonight and then one I'm gonna take along to the cabin this weekend. We're going with my family, so yeah, I highly recommend if you're gonna try any pumpkin flavored recipes this fall. Yeah, it's by far my favorite. It's just so good. Oops, I just went on my website to print out my recipe and I printed it in full sheet. I can hang it on the fridge and just glance back over and see. Maybe this will have to be my new thing. Just kidding. Have you guys seen the price of ink? So while the bread is in the oven, I'm just gonna make something salty for tonight, and I just decided on seasoned pretzels, so super duper easy. Just using a tablespoon and a half of ranch dressing mix. I get this from Costco. Into a cup of oil. I'm gonna mix that all up really well. Pour it over the pretzels and stir it up, and then I will just spread them out on a baking sheet and put them in the oven just essentially to dry them out. I never really pay attention to the time or anything. I just kind of keep an eye on them and stir them here and there until they look not as greasy and oily as they were originally. You know, I thought this would be fun to serve along. Our pumpkin loaf, coffee, water, you know, it's not, I technically don't have to have any food, but I want to. So I got the box off the front porch. It is so heavy. I am excited. I've wanted a bar cart for probably a year. Well, what I really want is like a credenza or like a side table, but I don't have a real dining room. So I figured, you know what, I'll try to find a bar cart. I found one online, Facebook Marketplace. It was vintage, but she wanted like $200 for it. And it would have needed a lot of work and re-sanding the wood down and everything. So I bought new, even though I feel like this is something, if you really keep your eye out for a long time, you should be able to find it, I feel. But anyway, I was happy with the price. It was, I think, a Prime deal on their, since when does Amazon do a second Prime Day? Anyway, I think it was a sale because of that. And I am no MacGyver, so we'll see if I can put this together myself. I could wait for Josh to get home, but I'm just not that patient. Okay, yes. I like the gold. It's not so yellow. So I put out on Instagram what you guys like to chat about, and I got a lot of ideas to include in upcoming videos. I mean, that's my favorite part of my videos, chatting with you guys. And it seems like a lot of moms have been experiencing like burnout lately, or just like not restfulness. I mean, we're very busy. We have a lot on our plates, right? And we have a big job to do. If you missed our last Honey I'm Homemaker episode, go watch that for sure. It's about being the keeper of your home, and it's really encouraging, I feel. Yeah, we talk about specific things we allow into our home, we don't allow, struggles we've been having, stuff like that. So yeah, go give that a listen. But I will say, oh wow, it's like a dark wood. I think that looks sophisticated. I will say, I feel like there is a couple things that I do or try to do that help me feel like, help me to avoid burnout as much as possible. And I think one of those things is why are we burning out? Is it because we're seeing all kinds of things online of what people are doing, and it's just like so many different ideas and things, you know, and then we're trying to do those things as well, plus the things we've already been doing. I think it's crazy. Like, don't fix a problem that's not even there. Like, if your kids play great by themselves, awesome. Don't go out and make like all kinds of sensory bin activities and things like that. Or if the way you're cooking now your family's happy with, like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I feel like sometimes there's just so many ideas and really awesome ideas out there, and it's just like, which ones do we actually want to take the time to implement, and which things are actually worth our time. So I would say, one, stop comparing yourself to everybody else. If it works for you, great, keep doing it. But then I think where social media can come in handy is when there is a problem and you are just lacking creativity on how to fix it. You know, then there's other people online who've been there, done that, and figured out ways to solve things, and it's awesome. So it's kind of like a two-edged sword, and you need to have the maturity of a 20, 30-year-old, you know, to decide what's what, be discerning. Ooh la la. Also, I will say too, don't wait for the big things. Granted, I'm in a little bit easier of a life stage right now. I have an 11-month-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. So it's not like I have a brand new baby or anything, but like in those seasons, it's really just day by day. I would say what helps me to avoid burnout is to not wait for the big things. Like, sure, I love having like a big trip on the calendar. Like, we just went on a couples trip, adults only, with my cousins. The guys went golfing, us girls went shopping. It was so much fun. rejuvenating, so relaxing. I came back and felt like I was ready to do motherhood again. Our marriage is like great. I feel like that was just some really needed connection time and everything, but you can't just count on that to get you through a whole nother year, you know? And these trips and things like that don't happen very often. So what can you do daily or weekly to avoid burnout and to give you some rest? And yeah, put it on the calendar. Put down that you're gonna read a book on Thursday afternoon when your kids are napping, when normally you would be like doing housework, or when are you gonna go on a walk, things like that. And also I feel like just even, it sounds very, I don't know, idealistic to create like an ambiance before you do something, but honestly that helps so much with doing things. So let's say you're gonna be folding laundry, light a candle and maybe play some of your favorite music, put on some fuzzy socks and like sit in a different place and like enjoy folding your laundry. I don't really do that because I only fold one load of laundry a day, guys. Try it out. Or like when I'm cooking in the kitchen, it's like, okay, it's time to cook, you know, light a candle, listen to a podcast, maybe have everything laid out ahead of time. Just create, like, if that's fun for you, you know, maybe some people don't find that fun, but create fun in your normal everyday tasks, because you might not get any me time in certain seasons. Like, it really might not happen. I remember like right after I had a baby, my me time was my bath. Josh would take care of the baby and the kids and I would just go in the bathtub and relax for a while. It just felt so good. I wasn't taking baths when I was pregnant at the end because I like them hot, you know, all that. So yeah, I think if you're waiting for the big things to happen, you will burn out. Create those little things throughout the day, maybe like a favorite snack or like a special morning routine or something like that. You need something to look forward to. And honestly, when the weather is this beautiful, the weather just makes everything more awesome. But in the winter especially, keep that in mind. Create some special moments, some rest throughout your day, and don't just wait for those big things. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna put this thing together here. Enough chit-chatting. Okay, so that bar cart is taking a while to put together. It's actually pretty easy. There's no words, it's just like diagrams, and everything's labeled very clearly. So I'm only on step 2, so take it with a grain of salt, but I'm hopeful. I think I can do it. It doesn't take a lot of brawn. Hopefully I have enough brains to do it, but I'm gonna go on a walk. Kids wanna get some exercise, and it's just a beautiful day. So I'm gonna take a break, and after the kids go down for their naps, maybe I'll finish that up, and I'll put the glaze on our pumpkin loaf. And yeah, we can get ready for this evening. Maybe style the bar cart a little bit, we'll see. Smells so good. So I just made the brown butter glaze that goes on the top of the loaves. You can totally eat pumpkin bread plain. In fact, that's how I grew up doing. We would just cut a slice and butter it and eat it right like that. It's always best warm, of course. But adding this glaze to the top just makes it extra decadent. I just added 10x sugar to my brown butter mixture that's been cooling for 10 minutes. And now I'm just gonna whip it up real good and pour it over the loaves. one here. We have to try it. It's been like a whole year. Wow, okay. Look at that color. That is beautiful. I just feel like autumn food is just amazing. Like it's amazing in autumn, but then when you try to eat it other times of the year, it just doesn't hit the same and you don't really crave it as much. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna eat the crust piece. We're gonna try this one. First, I'm gonna try this piece plain. Wow, yeah, can't complain. It's so nostalgic. Let's try it with the glaze. Those two elements are just like meant to be together. That brown butter glaze, and then you have like the pumpkin with all the spices. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna clean this kitchen up. It is atrocious, as my mother would say, and then I need to sit down and do some editing, put that rest of that bar cart together, just get everything straightened up for the evening. Okay, so Josh came home and saved me from having to put the whole thing together. The sad thing is he probably got it put together in under 10 minutes, whereas for me, I was like working at it for forever, but I am liking it. It really fits the aesthetic of my 1970s-ish living room with like the dark wood and all of that, so I'm happy. So I'm gonna just style this up and we'll see what it looks like. Yeah. Miller, thank you, Bonnie. Does it look pretty down there? No. Rip the packages open for me. Okay.
No, I did it without them.
So Miller's eating his supper yet, but here is the coffee bar. I really don't have much time to deal with it because I have so many dishes to wash. Even I think Josh is pitching in over there. But yeah, this cart seems like it'll be definitely functional for a lot of different things. I just put the paper supplies down here, and then I just put some decor over here because I didn't really need that space. In the summer, I imagine putting a big ice tray there or something. And then here is our luscious pumpkin loaf. And then I have a couple of different little cattails, foxtails, something like that. We're gonna have pistachios, and this is just some peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's. The pretzels you saw earlier, and then Josh is gonna make a pot of coffee and we'll keep it hot in here. And then here's some different coffee syrups, and I just have to set the milk out yet, and we should be good to go. So yeah, I'm excited. I picture this with like some fairy lights. I was trying to figure out how to get wine glasses under here, and I just gave up because we don't need wine glasses tonight anyway. It's completely fine. And I put some sparkling grape juice and sparkling waters down there where the wine racks are. So, very cute. I'll link it below. Oops, after talking that through with you all, I realized I forgot the coffee cups. So, I added them down there. And I'd like to add a candle, except for the fact that then people are gonna be reaching over it to get stuff, and it just didn't seem like a good idea. Pretty, but probably not the best idea. Okay, it is the next day. The bar cart really did work out. I think I'm gonna like it. I pulled it actually into our living room, and the colors of it fit so well. Honestly, it looks like it's made for that room. It looked really great. That's where we were sitting. And yeah, that we just had our snacks ready at our disposal as we were talking and planning. You know, we could just kind of help ourselves. The one thing was the toddlers thought it was great fun to try to climb on it and things like that. So I don't know how practical it is in some certain situations like that. Like, we definitely didn't want to leave it unattended, but I'm excited to style it up for winter. I'm picturing like some twinkle fairy lights, maybe some little trees, I don't know. And then yeah, hot chocolate and cookies. I just think it's gonna look really cute and actually be super helpful. I still don't think that it serves the place of a credenza or a sideboard. Like, I still kind of want that, but I'm not gonna be that high maintenance, I guess. At least not for now, maybe later. I just think it would have nice storage and it would add to the ambiance of our dining space. But I think our dining space is just too small for that for now. So coffee cart, drink bar, whatever, that's what we're gonna go with. Right now I have it in my entryway. I just parked it in there and it looks really good. I can actually, I cleared off the food off the top and it's become a catch-all for all my returns. But you know what, then they're right by the door and I'm ready to go, and they drive me nuts because I don't like seeing them there. So it's more incentive for me to return them. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for coming along on this one, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, everyone.
Come on, big boy. Come walking.
Let's try it again.
Daddy, let's go up. Let's go up.
Okay.
Let's go.
Here.
Go.